Hey everyone, it's Chad, your friendly Kenosha realtor here. Let's face it, winter's rolling in, and it makes it harder and harder to sell your house during the winter months. But guess what? It's not impossible to sell your house. In fact, I have 11 tips here to share with you about how to get your house sold fast and for the most amount of money possible. In this video, we're going to go over 11 different tips to help you get your house sold quickly and for the most amount of money possible, and don't cost you a lot of money up front. Now let's dive in. First things first, curb appeal. Curb appeal isn't only for the spring and summertime. You want to make sure that your driveway and walkways are clear of ice and snow. You want to make sure that when buyers are coming to look at your house, they're not slipping and sliding away. Maybe add a wreath to your front door. Make it as inviting as Aunt Betty's when you're coming there for a holiday dinner. Now I know curb appeal can be hard to do in the wintertime because everything is dead and there's a lot of snow on the ground sometimes. But if you put up holiday lights during Christmas time, maybe you leave them up for a little bit longer. Maybe you leave them up through January, maybe even through February. Turn them on during showings if it's evening time. Makes your house look a little more festive, looks a little more bright. Just makes your house look a little more appealing. Maybe you can put some lighting along the walkways, make your house look a little brighter, look a little more appealing to buyers that way. You can improve curb appeal just by doing little things, making sure that your driveway, making sure that your yard looks clean, making sure that there's no garbage out in front, making sure that the windows are clean, making sure that the trim is clean. I know that you can't power wash in the wintertime, but take a damp cloth and wipe things down if you can reach it. Safely, of course. You don't want to slip off a ladder and fall and break a hip or anything like that. But do your best, make sure that the outside looks clean, make sure that the curb appeal looks fantastic so that when the buyers step out of their car, it wows them right away before they even step foot in your house. Tip number 2, keep the house nice, warm, and cozy. Wisconsin winters aren't messing around. So think about keeping the thermostat up and the house nice and warm. You want the buyers when they walk in the house to be nice and warm and toasty, not thinking about the cold outside when they're walking through the house. You want them to be warm and inviting. You want them to feel like the house is warm and toasty so that when they're living there, they feel like it's a warm and inviting house. That they don't have to constantly be wearing a hoodie when they're walking through the house. They don't have to have slippers on the whole time or have a blanket wrapped around them the whole time that they're inside the house. You want to keep that thermostat up nice and warm, maybe at like 70, maybe 74 degrees. Whatever you think is warm inside the house, just make sure it feels nice and warm and toasty inside the house, not freezing like it is outside. You want them, as soon as they walk inside the house, be like, this place is really warm. I want to take off my jacket and enjoy touring this house. And then put my jacket back on before I go outside in that freezing cold weather. Tip number 3, showcase winter-ready features. If you have a fireplace, if you have heated floors, make sure you flaunt it. Show that to buyers. If you have a gas fireplace, turn it on for showings. Turn on those heated floors for showings. Make sure you show buyers that they will be nice and warm and toasty in your house after they buy it. That this house is warm and winter ready, that they can expect to keep the cold air outside and the warm air inside. This house will be nice and toasty and warm for them. If you have a wood burning fireplace, maybe don't turn that one on when you're gone and for showings. But if it's a gas burning fireplace, you're probably pretty safe turning that one on during showings. You want to turn on any of these winter ready features so that you can have buyers walking through your house and saying, yeah, I could definitely live here with all these winter ready features, keeping all this cold Wisconsin air outside and the warm house air inside. I love it. Tip number 4, embrace the light. All right, all you natural light lovers out there, this one's for you. Wisconsin winters are dark and dreary. The days are short, it's often overcast outside, and it's just kind of dark and gloomy for most of the days during winter time. So when it is light outside, embrace it. Open those blinds. If you have those blackout curtains in your bedrooms, make sure you open them, tie them back. Let all the natural light inside the house in that you can. Buyers love to see natural light in the house. If you have picture windows, buyers love to see natural light pouring in through those picture windows. It makes the house, it makes the rooms look so much bigger. just makes the house look so much more inviting. Make sure that you turn on all the lights in the house before you leave for showings. It makes the rooms look bigger, it makes the house look so much more inviting, and it just entices buyers to say, you know what, this house seems so warm, seems so inviting, I could definitely see myself living here. Let's put in an offer right now. I love this place. Tip number 5, seasonal scents. The smells of the season. While you don't want to overdo the scents in your house, the smell like a cookie factory or the hint of a cinnamon or a fresh baked cookie vibe can go a long way in creating that I'm home feel. Just don't overdo it. You don't want to buy 10 Glade plugins and put it in every room. That definitely overdoes it, and that will overwhelm any buyers that walk into your house, and it'll overwhelm their senses, and it'll just turn them off. But maybe buy one plugin and put it in every room or every other room, so that when they walk in the house, there's that faint scent of like cinnamon apple as they walk through the house, and just kind of gives them the feel of the season, of the Christmas season, of the holiday season, of the winter season. Maybe you prefer the peppermint smell. Whatever smell you prefer throughout their house during the showing season, during the showing times, try and put that smell throughout your house. It kind of entices buyers to be like, this house smells really good. I really love the smell of the house. I love all the light pouring in through the windows. I love the layout of the house. Let me tour the rest of the house. Let's go ahead and put an offer in this house. I love it so much. Tip number 6, stage with some cozy decor. Imagine plush pillows, soft throws, and a little seasonal decor here and there. Buyers want to feel like they're stepping into a cozy retreat, not in an empty icebox. Just don't overdo the holiday spirit. We're not signing up for a Hallmark holiday movie here, but buyers love walking into a house that has a lot of personality into it. They can see their stuff where your stuff is. Maybe they see your couch sitting over here, but they can imagine their couch over there instead. They see your throw pillows on this couch over here, but they say, you know what? I love those throw pillows, but I can imagine my throw pillows there instead. They love to see it staged, just because they don't like to see an empty room all the time. They just like to see how furniture would fit in there, how big furniture would look in there. That way they don't have to bring a tape measure with them all the time. So if you can stage it with your own furniture because you're living there, that's fantastic. If you want to stage it with somebody else's furniture, like a staging company, that's definitely something that we can help you out with. So staging your house to help it sell quicker and for more money is definitely something that you should strongly consider when you're selling your house in the wintertime. Staging goes a long ways and helps you sell for more money and even faster. Tip number 7, highlight energy efficiency. Buyers are always concerned about their electricity bills and their gas bills in the wintertime. So if your house has anything that's energy efficient, like an energy efficient HVAC system, energy efficient windows, energy efficient doors, an insulated garage, anything like that, make sure you highlight that kind of stuff. Maybe you put out a piece of paper on the dining room table that all buyers see that says any upgrades you made throughout the house, like newer windows that were just installed in the last few years that are energy efficient, a new furnace that was just put in that's energy efficient, maybe a new roof that's considered energy efficient, maybe new insulation in the attic that's now energy efficient for the house. Maybe put new insulation in the walls to make the house more energy efficient. Whatever you did to make the house more energy efficient to help save those buyers more money on their electric and gas bills, that definitely helps the house to sell a little bit faster and for a little bit more money, because those future buyers don't have to worry about a $500+ electric and gas bill every month. And that definitely helps them with their peace of mind. Tip number 8, and this goes a long way, make sure you're flexible with showings. Now, we all know that in the wintertime, it gets dark at 4 o'clock here in Wisconsin, some nights. So make sure you're flexible with showings. Now, of course, we're gonna have showings in the evening, some as late as 7 o'clock, maybe even later than that. So make sure you're flexible with showings in the wintertime, because a lot of people are gonna wanna stop by after work and see your house. You'll have some showings during the daytime, of course, because it seems like nobody ever works here, never works anymore. So you'll have showings during the daytime, probably around noon, 2, 3 o'clock, maybe even 4 o'clock in the afternoon. but make sure you're really flexible with showings. Try and allow showings at all times during the day. If you're living in the house, let me know when you aren't available for showings so I can block those times off. All showings will be sent to you so you can approve them or deny them if you just aren't able to accommodate a showing for that time. But if you aren't able to accommodate a showing, let me know first, just so I can reach out to that buyer and say, hey, my seller has a party going on during that time. Can you reschedule for tomorrow or for later on during the day? Whatever the case may be. I know that life happens and you can't always accommodate showings, but try and be as flexible as you possibly can for showings, because you want to get as many buyers into your house as possible. The more eyes you have on your house, the better, which means the more offers and hopefully the more money you get for your house. Tip number 9, make sure you price your house competitively. Sure, winter may be a quieter time for buyers out there, but the buyers that are out there are a lot more serious about buying a house, because who wants to trudge out there in the cold and snow and dreary days to actually look at a house? But the buyers that are out there buying a house right now, they're a lot more serious about buying a house. They usually have a really strong pre-approval or proof of funds, and they are serious about buying a house, and they will actually close. So make sure you price your house competitively, and make sure that you price it so that you grab all the attention you possibly can. Maybe even price it a little bit below all the comps that are out there right now, just so that when the buyers are looking online, their first search, because they always start out looking online, they say, hey, this house is priced under all these other houses. I definitely want to go see this house because it's well within my budget. So, just something to chew on, something to think about. Do we price it above all these other houses and try to get the most money possible? Do we price it with all these other houses? Do we price it under all these houses and maybe start a bidding war? I don't know. That's a discussion that we have when we have our seller's consultation and we decide together the best route to go. Tip number 10, offer some incentives. Sometimes a little sweetener can seal the deal. Covering a bit of closing costs or including that new appliance can make your home stand out. Winter buyers will really appreciate that extra touch. Or maybe something as simple as offering a 1-year home warranty to the buyers. It's something that's not really expensive. It's something that's not really expensive for you as a seller. Just offer the buyer a 1-year home warranty. It usually costs you, the seller, between $500 and maybe $800. You can just pay for it at closing out of your proceeds. The buyer, if anything breaks down, like the furnace, the fridge, or they have a plumbing issue, you just call the home warranty company. They pay a deductible, and they come out and they either fix it or they replace it for them. Something that's not very expensive for you, and something that entices a lot of buyers because they get that peace of mind that they're buying a house that has a warranty, and it just gives the buyers a big peace of mind, and it's a big selling feature for your house. Tip number 11, and our last tip, professional photos. So of course I do professional photos for all of my listings, but they're especially important in the wintertime. Now, even if there's snow on the ground, we still do professional pictures. Now, a lot of my sellers, they say, you know what? I have all these pictures from the springtime and summertime of my house. I want to use these in the MLS. Of course, I will take those pictures and I will put them in the MLS. I have no problem doing that, but we're still going to take professional pictures. We're going to put all those professional pictures in MLS. But, it's the winter time and buyers expect to not see flowers. They expect to not see blooming trees. So not seeing your garden in full bloom in the middle of winter is okay. It won't kill the deal. It won't dissuade buyers from looking at your house. It will not be a deal breaker for most buyers. It's not a big deal. It's okay. Having snow on the ground in pictures is not a big deal. And now if your house is on the market for a few months and we're heading into springtime, then now we'll have new pictures taken because we don't want to be in April and we're heading into spring and you're seeing pictures to have snow on the ground. But that's a bridge that we'll cover in a different video. In short, we just want to make your home look like it's a warm, inviting haven, because we all know that buyers start their home search online, and that's where they're going to see all these pictures that is online first before they even step foot in your house. So there you guys have it. My 11 tips to help you guys sell your house in this winter wonderland that we call Wisconsin. It's all about making your house feel warm, and welcoming and cozy to those future buyers that want to buy your house. If you have any questions or are thinking about listing, give me a shout. I'm here to help you sell your house and make this process as smooth as an ice rink, just less slippery. Make sure you like and subscribe for more tips on buying, selling, and everything real estate related here in Kenosha, Racine, and everywhere here in Southeast Wisconsin. I hope you stay warm out there, and I'll see you in the next video.